In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create this abstract art in 7 minutes. This is how the render scene in wireframe looks like. I wanted to show you how to use Celtic links to create the meshes in the back. They look like this. It seems the screw modifier was applied twice, but make the viewers wonder how that was arranged. Not just this shape, but other excellent concepts of art can be generated by using this method. I have used generic metallic materials for all the meshes in the scene. One thing to watch out for is how there are over 300,000 vertices in those meshes. The number of vertices can be controlled, and I'll show you how that gets done shortly. Let me hide the meshes, and show you how they were modeled from scratch. Let's press Shift-A to create a mesh circle. If you don't see that in the menu, please activate an add-on called Extra Objects. If we type R, X, and 90, we can rotate the mesh 90 degrees on the X axis. If we apply the screw modifier like this, the mesh will be extend toward the X axis. I wanted to show you how the direction can be controlled when using the modifier. In edit mode, select the circle and move it away from the world center like this. Shift-D to duplicate. To have the mesh extend on the Z axis, we must rotate the meshes back to the original position. R, X, and -90 to do so. Let's apply the screw modifier. This is the original mesh. Once we apply the Celtic links, the mesh will look better. Let's apply the Celtic links. If you don't see that in the menu, please activate an add-on called Extra Objects. This is how the finalized mesh looks like, but there are more than 1 million vertices in the scene. Let's convert this curve to mesh. Go to Edit Mode, A, to select All, and Limited Dissolve. That will greatly lower the vertex count. Now we have less than 200,000 vertices. We can reduce them further by adjusting the limited dissolve settings, but that's okay for now. We can remove the original mesh. I have used metallic materials. Shift-D to duplicate, S to scale, and R to rotate. Then I have angled the camera to the best location to render the scene. The icosphere was used to create the mesh in the middle. The idea is to select all faces in edit mode, and type I, as in India, to extrude them inward, but just pressing I won't do anything. We must extrude the faces individually first. Change the offset value to the number that is close to 0. If we type I, then we'll be able to extrude inward now. Let's extrude along normals to extrude the faces inward. Once we remove the selected faces, then we'll have the result we wanted. This is how the meshes were modeled and textured. The best way to apply the camera's depth of value to the scene is by using an empty object as the depth of field focus object. Here is an empty object I have added. I'm using the f-stop value of 0.5 to blur the background meshes. Since we have the depth of field set on the empty object, we can move the empty object to move the focus point like this. I have used 32 samples to render. My render had the denoise nodes turned off, but please turn it on like this if you want to apply them. This is the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching.